shit's been happening. Car's in paint, covered in dust. Needs a cut and buff to get all the nibs out. But yeah, that's it. That's how she's gonna look. So, what am I doing now? Putting it back together. So, thing is, all of this stuff here is normally held on with little self-tappers. And I don't like that. So I changed it. So what I'm going to do is get a bunch of these little button head cap screws. These are M6s, but I'm actually using M4s because I can tap these holes and fit M4s, and the head of the M4 fits between the grills of that really nice. That's one. There's an example of one there in place. I just like them better than the self tappers that were in there originally. So what I'll do, this one the hole's been flogged out through years anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'll drill that out and put a rivet nut in it, and I'll do the same down here because that's just tapped in just to test it. So all these will get rivet nuts on them. Down the bottom of the front there where the dog leg goes, that'll get a rivet nut on it. Where else? Across here I'll just tap these because I think there's enough meat in them that the hole is sort of pushed through fat, so it's probably 1.5 mil there, which is three threads ish, almost two and a bit threads at M4 by point whatever it is, 0.6 or some shit. Anyway, that's my tap there. So I'm going to tap all these and put them in and yeah, see how she looks, hold them together. Pretty stoked with how it's come up. Looks pretty good off the gun, just needs a buff down. A few issues in it, of course. It's painted in the shed here, but you know, otherwise pretty good. Got new front springs coming, so it'll sit a little lower than that at the front, but it won't be stupid low like it was before, to the point where you wouldn't actually be able to drive it anywhere. So these are just going into the, like I've just threaded those straight in, and the stock speed nuts actually it'll fit them and grip. And the good thing is when they grip, they actually pull, as they pull the speed nut back, they pull it together and they grip harder on the thread. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. And I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to redo the radiator and fan, because I'm not 100% sure, but because if you have a look here, I just don't think there's enough fan. I think I've got a too small a fan for what I need. It's all shrouded and everything, and it's happy, and you know, it all has to come out anyway because look at that random bloody screw just sitting in here. It all has to come out anyway because I've got to put a grill in. So to get the grill in, you need access to the back here. Look at that, perfect. Well, that was sitting in there. You need access in behind here, and the only way to get that is through the hole where that used to be. So I guess I'm going to have to fix that. Oh well, might fix it. If I can do the radiator the other way, if I can lean it back further, let's kick the bottom of it out towards here more, then I might actually have enough space in the back to actually run a puller fan on the back with the shroud, which would be more efficient. I don't know. I'm just going to have to pull it all out and have a look and see what I can do. Well, next up, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. If I can do this, not going to work. Now, I tapped both of these side ones first to test, and they were okay. But a lot of these center ones, I think over the years they've just been flogged out and had bigger screws put in them for whatever reason. Part of the reason I'm swapping these, the factory heads for these are like these tiny little cheese head things, and they're very, you can't really get them in stainless anymore. You can get stainless like normal self-tappers with Phillips head, but what's the point? I may as well just do this, and then they're really, really nice and really good. Most of these, they could just really, they're not going to tap at all. I'm not going to swing that because I'll hit the fucking bonnet and put a massive scratch in it, which will be awesome. So I'm going to have to do those. These ones here, you can see, that's just like this actual hole is okay, but these ones up the top are too flogged out. So what I'm going to do is drill all of these to 6mm and put nutserts in, and then it'll be sweet. Check out my little squirties. These are one of my awesome inventions in doing what I was doing. I made them so that they sit just between the grill, so the grill sits either side of that. The squirty just pokes through, and it's pretty cool. Okay, all my little nutserts are in all the way across. See, I've already done these ones here, so they're nice and solid. No rattles, no nothing. I actually lined the back of these with like a little bit of the rubber seal, the same stuff I'm using on the rear windows, just to give it a bit of like a bit of tension against it. It still holds it proud from the paint, which is nice. Just makes it look good. I think those come up really good. I'm pretty happy with them. Alright, I'll put this thing in, clean all that shit out from inside of it first and give it a wipe down, and then put the grill in. Alright, it's late. You can just see the head of the screws there. I think I'm going to have to get some black nylon washers to just go under those heads. Not massive, I don't want anything big. I actually would prefer it if I didn't see these at all. These ones in here are sort of tucked in far enough that you can't really see them, and they don't need a washer. But man, the thing's really good, hold them together well. Next step is, so these are all mounted. I've got to do the grill piece, which I customized, and then I can do the slats and the other, and I got an idea for the old EH center badge. I do have a set of Stano dog legs to go there. So I did weld shut all the holes for them, so I'm gonna have to re-drill them, but I want to use the same fasteners to put them on. So these are M4, and I'm 100% sure that there's people thinking, one person in particular thinking, you shouldn't be putting metric on that vehicle because the vehicle has imperial threads everywhere else. You should be putting imperial threads on it. To that person, or people, whoever, but to that one person who I know is saying that, because I can hear him saying it, I'm going to say, fuck off, you're not my real dad, don't tell me what to do.